A utility agreement for the city of Jasper has undergone some changes. We bring you details, plus Carrie Schneider is back with our friends at the Du Bois County Humane Society, and Jasper Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Nancy Eckerle is tonight's guest on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin this evening with a rollover crash along Interstate 64 that sent a Pike County woman to a regional hospital. Indiana State Police say 29-year-old Catherine Gress of Velpen was westbound along I-64 near the 55-mile marker in Spencer County at about 9:10 this morning when the accident occurred. Troopers say Gress hit a patch of ice on the road and lost control of her vehicle. Her vehicle then hit a guardrail and rolled over the top of it. Gress's vehicle then proceeded to roll about 170 feet before coming to rest on its side in a nearby creek. Gress suffered lacerations to her right hand and her chin, according to state police. She was airlifted to St. Mary's Hospital in Evansville for further evaluation. Interstate 64 was closed for about 30 minutes this morning while Gress was being tended to and the accident scene being cleaned up. State police say further that Gress was wearing a seatbelt at the time of the crash, which likely prevented more serious injuries. The Dale Police Department, the Carter Township Volunteer Fire Department, and Spencer County EMS all assisted Indiana State Police. Changes for a utility agreement in the city of Jasper are now taking effect. Last night, the Jasper Utility Board heard from Doug Worrell with Indiana Municipal Power Agency concerning the city's membership with Energizing Indiana. Last month, it was announced that the city would no longer be participating in the Energizing Indiana program. Worrell says the decision was made after several things changed with the Energizing Indiana program.
Well, there's several things that came about over the past couple years. IMPA was voluntarily involved in the program, but we found that over the last 2 years, looking at the numbers, we're able to become more cost effective in running our own programs than farming this out to the Energizing Indiana statewide program.
Worrell says IMPA has come out with its own energy efficiency program that will be more beneficial to citizens.
We've already came out with some new LED opportunities. A lot of people have been asking for that. This is going to be something where all the offices can go to LED and we can support that. Number two, we're able to have residential programs now where we offer rebates for air conditioning, geothermal, and heat pumps. All of these are things that were never involved in the Energizing Indiana programs.
Worrell says one of the few things that is different is that the energy audits that the Energizing Indiana program had done will no longer be done under the new program. In other business last night, the board heard from Gas and Water Manager Ernie Hinkle concerning the higher usage of gas in the city. Hinkle stated that gas consumption has been up significantly across the city over the last couple of months as cold weather has set in. He reported that last month there were 19 days when the high temperatures in the area did not make it to the freezing mark. He also stated there were 2 nights during that time where low temperatures reached down to 5 degrees below zero. Hinkle says increases in the amount of gas that the city purchases are driving the increases in consumer bills.
The more you use, the more you're going to have to pay. And that's just like with anything or everything. What we've seen is such an increase in the gas that we've purchased. And even though we do every effort that we can through UGM and just like Huntingburg, we also have 2 pipe suppliers that we kind of go back and forth on to buy the cheapest gas that we can at the time.
Hinkle says customers should be alert that there will be a much higher bill this month and maybe even next month. However, he says the bills should start going back down towards normal levels once temperatures warm up and the demand goes back down. In final notes, the board heard from a resident who lives along 36th Street concerning a high utility bill. The resident stated that his bill to move a gas line in order to build a house came out to more than $3,600. He went on to state that he had paid more than $22,000 just to get utilities to properties that he had built on in that area. He ultimately asked for his bill to be lowered from $3,600 to $1,500. In the end, the request was denied as Board Chairman Wayne Sheeter stated that the board was bound by its ordinances and could not lower the resident's bill. Hinkle also told the resident that a cost assessment could have been done on the property with no questions asked prior to this becoming a problem. Officials with the Indiana Department of Transportation want to remind motorists that there are set to be temporary lane restrictions along I-64 in several counties during the latter half of this week. Starting tomorrow, INDOT crews will be working in the westbound lanes of I-64 from State Road 37 at exit 79 to State Road 61 at exit 39. Once crews reach exit 39, they move over to the eastbound lanes. Crews will then begin maintenance activities in the eastbound lanes and continue eastward to exit 79. Thus, officials say lane restrictions will stretch through DuBois, Perry, Spencer, and Warwick counties. Now, it's anticipated all work will begin at about 7 a.m. local time and be complete by 4 p.m. local time each day, with all work set to be complete by Friday, of course, weather permitting. INDOT is encouraging motorists to slow down and use caution when approaching pavement crews or when traveling through any other work zones across the state. Area drivers can monitor road closures and conditions as well as any traffic alerts by going to trafficwise.in.gov or by visiting the INDOT Southwest District's pages on Facebook and Twitter. Finally this evening, officials with the DuBois County Community Foundation say the foundation had a strong 2013. According to numbers released by the foundation yesterday evening, the DCCF had a total of $1.8 million in contributions and grants during 2013. The foundation also ended the year with a market value of $23.4 million for all of its endowments. Officials say local giving remained fairly steady and investment yields for 2013 went up 17.6% over those in 2012. The contributions number also included a $40,000 grant through the Smithville Charitable Foundation for the DCCF's Better Together initiative. Last year, the DCCF granted a total of $508,000 to charities across DuBois County. The foundation also had 11 new permanent endowments established by local individuals and businesses. DCCF CEO Brad Ward says the success can be attributed to the comfort level of the community.
We certainly believe that it's the community starting to get comfortable with the new merged entity, looking at the Community Foundation as a county-wide entity that can serve the needs of individuals, whether you're in Northeast DuBois or Ferdinand or whether you're at Huntingburg, Jasper, wherever you may be. We're really trying to do our very best with an engaged board, more diversified staff, being engaged in the community and being connected to what is the pulse of the community, trying then to connect the passions of individuals.
Ward says the 11 new endowments that were started are another indication of that comfort level. He says it will be important for the foundation to stay engaged in the community moving forward.
As we move into 2014, it's going to be that continued engagement, continued dialogue within the community about what matters. We certainly want to continue to inspire the giving, but also to just look at our nonprofits different. How can we be more nimble and flexible to meet the community needs and opportunities as they arise?
For more information on the DuBois County Community Foundation, you can call 482-5295 or you can go online to dccommunityfoundation.org. All right, coming up after the break, Carrie is back with our friends at the DuBois County Humane Society, plus your local forecast, sports with Kurt Guxell, and Inform featuring Jasper Chamber Executive Director Nancy Eckerly. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.